Okay, so if we start with our model, now I'm showing you the layout view here, but what I'm going to be doing is I'll be working in the viewport. Now keep in mind again, this is my original file, so if I have this open, what I'm going to do is make sure I just save. Okay, this is the original 2014 version, and now anything that I do, I'm not going to save. What I'm going to do right now is select the information from the plan that I want to use as reference in SketchUp, and I'll use Wblock to make a copy of that floor plan information. The reason I'm making a Wblock is because I don't want all of the formatting, all of the model info that we created in AutoCAD to be imported as well into the SketchUp. And in addition, we have to do some other revisions before we bring it into SketchUp. So here's what I would recommend. In this view, in the layout view, and right now I'm working in the model of this layout view, what I want to do is simply select the information that I want to import. Now keep in mind, we may not have a need for dimensions and labels and things like that. So just using the layer freeze tool here, what I can do, now keep in mind this is the original. Any changes that I make right now, I am not going to save. I'm just going to close the file and not save any changes. So what I'm doing right now is I'm changing the visibility of the information. So you can see I don't need my labels, I don't need my markers there. Now if I was doing an interior model, I might want to keep all of this information here, right? And I'm going to get rid of it because all I'm going to be doing is working on the exterior for right now. We're making a very simple model. And as a matter of fact, you could see if we got rid of those interior walls too, that would be fine. But you can hold on to that for right now. And you could also include the stairs and railing information as well as roof information. Now with this much showing, okay, all you need to do here is make sure you switch to layer 0, okay, and now we're going to use the Wblock tool. What we're going to be doing with Wblock is we're going to be making a copy of the information we select as a separate file. So this looks pretty similar to MakeBlock, but the difference is here. We're going to use the origin as a base point, and the objects are going to be only the objects that we see visible right here in the model. So down here in destination for file name and path, you could use the dialog box button right here to indicate the path. And what I would just recommend here is you create a folder for your DWG that you're going to use as the reference for your SketchUp. Okay, all I have here is a separate folder. I can give it a name, and you could just simplify it. So this is just a simple copy of your original floor plan, and I just give it a different name so I know what the information is contained in that file. The other important thing here is this. Take a look here at file type. You can see that it's in 2010 format. You could go back as far as 2004, but it should be fine if you just leave it in 2010 version. Okay, so think of the name, the version is going to be 2010, and then just pick a location for that file. Now that I have all the elements selected, I'm using the origin as the base point. I've got the file name and path selected. Also take a look at your insert units. Those should remain the same, inches. After I click OK, then you should return to that project directory. Okay, this is the directory to which I saved it. Now you can see there I have the floor plan file. It's in 2010 version. So I was successful in only copying the information that I wanted. Now what I need to do is actually revise that information. So if I simply go back to my AutoCAD, and let's go ahead and close our floor plan. Remember, we're not going to save any changes to this one, right? This is our original. And now we can go ahead and open the copy that we just created. And you can see here several things. You can see there's only a minimal set of layers. And if I zoom extents here, you should see only minimal model entities, right? We don't have all the other information you would have drawn in there. So the one thing that we have to do in this file now, and what I would suggest you do, is use Quick Select. What you're going to do is you're going to use the object type filter to select multi-lines. And because we have different multi-line styles on different layers, you're simply going to select all multi-lines. Doesn't matter what layer they're in. When I click OK here, they all should be selected, and with one keystroke, X, you're going to explode them all. Okay? That's the only thing that you need to do to this file. Okay? Now you can use File, Save As. Let's go down here and do Save As. And the reason why we're doing this is because we want to make sure you can see if you open this back up in 2013, it's going to try to save it in 2013 format. But what I want to do here is actually make it 2010 or as far back as 2004. So if we use 2010, that should be good enough. Okay? And just save. And we're going to replace it. Now, once you do that, you can close your AutoCAD.